Hey guys, I'm Reid.
And I'm Lacey. And this is Noodles.
And welcome to Podheads.
Wow! Oh, she doesn't like noise. Oh, this is my vagina. Today we're talking about cats, criminals, and creepypastas.
Yep.
Which is good because I have a cat.
My sister's a criminal.
And Reid's creepy.
And I like pasta. Dude, why am I the creepy one?
Well, do you want me to answer? 69.
Zack Snyder directed that?
It's a story about this little kid who hates the dark, so he cuts off his eyelids, and then because he can't sleep, he goes insane and kills his parents. And she's like, what the fuck?
Okay, so anyways, that cat was Noodles, and that's Lacey's cat.
That's my cat. Technically I have 3 cats, actually, but that's the one that's downstairs with me all the time.
Noodles is the only one I know. That's the only one that I know the name of.
Well, okay.
The other ones are weird.
I have Noodles, which is the brown one, and we just freaked out on camera. And then I have a kitten that we just recently got whose name is Harley. And then we have a black and white one who's even bigger than Noodles is, which is kind of amazing because Noodles is pretty chunky. And her name is Squeaks.
Aww.
But
why is... Never mind.
What?
You're like, hey, Squeaks is such a tiny name.
I don't know how she got that name. It was, okay, so Noodles is my cat, always has been my cat. Squeaks is my stepmom's cat. And then Harley is my brother's cat, even though I found him and brought him inside and named him. He's my brother's cat.
Sounds like a case of sour grapes.
He used to have a cat, but it passed away.
Oh.
Missy cared more than he did.
Oh.
Oh.
Dang. Well, I like cats a lot. I'm cutting that out. I was gonna say my girlfriend. I like cats a lot, but my mom abhors cats.
I thought you were gonna say aborts cats. I was like,
No.
whoa.
No, she doesn't like cats. And
Is she allergic?
no, she doesn't like them. And she doesn't like cats inside. But like we used to have a cat that used to be outside. I don't know what happened to him. I think he maybe died or got ran over. But his name was Charlie. He was so nice. We always made fun of him because he kept trying to have sex with the boys' kittens.
Gay cat.
Yeah,
Gay cat.
We called him Gay Charlie.
Gay Charlie.
And he was really nice when we fed him every single day, once in the morning and once at night.
Noodles has never met another cat because we got her fixed. She can't have babies. Sorry, I know you guys were very excited. But I tried to convince him to let us declaw her in case we wanted more cats in the future, and he was like, what the fuck? No. So she still has her claws, and Squeaks and Harley are declawed, so she can't meet them, which is sad.
Aww.
Because she would beat them the fuck up.
Yeah, she would.
She would go crazy. She would go pop, 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 pop.
Aw, Noodles. Dude, if Noodles somehow gets kittens.
You want one?
Yeah.
What would you name a cat if you had one?
Maricina. Do you know why I would name it Maricina?
Maricina.
So I would like to... This is going to go off on a weird tangent. I'd really like to name my kid Mara.
Okay.
And it's going to go off on an even weirder tangent because it seems like I can't make it an episode without talking about Destiny 2. So...
We'll get there one day.
The Queen of the Reef. Destiny 2's Queen of the Reef, the asteroid belt. Her name is Marisov. And she is God.
Like your god?
She's my God, yeah. But she is literally so amazing. I love her character so freaking much. Literally no one dares stand up to her.
So you're naming your daughter
After a queen.
after a video game character.
I would name her Mara, and I'd have her middle name be Sov. So I would name her Marisov Robinson.
Do you know what Sov means?
No.
You might want to look it up in case it means slut or something.
Why would they name the queen that?
Why wouldn't they?
She is the queen of the reef. Passed around like an asteroid. But her original name, before she became Marisov, was Maricina. Before she was awoken, before she was a queen, she had all those powers. It was Maricina. And her brother had the funniest name. So his name is Aldrin. But before he became Aldrin, he was Oldwin.
Oldwin.
Yeah. He was like, ooh, Oldwin.
Oldwin. So if you had so what if you have a cat and a daughter at the same time?
Oof. Oh, I know exactly what I would do. I would let my daughter have that cat. So, Mars, like, right-hand woman, because the Awoken are all women. Like, the queens, like, on people, like, the generals and stuff, they're all women. And her right-hand woman, her name is Petra. So I would name my cat Petra.
Ooh, I like that more. Just out, like... I like the name more.
Petra. I would name her Petra.
I might steal that from you, because I've always wanted...
No!
If you get
No!
if you get a cat and you name it Maricina, did I do that right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna take Petra, because I've always wanted two different kinds of... Well, I don't really want them, because they have some severe health issues that come with them, but either an Irish fold kitten...
What's that? I don't know what that
or
is.
a dwarf-legged cat. I'll show you a picture, but you have to edit pictures of them in here because they are the most adorable things. Look at that one. Look at his ears. Look at his little legs. Little tiny legs. So tiny.
I'm gonna pretend I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Wow, legs, tiny.
I'll show you a picture.
So why would you want those?
You'll see. They're adorable.
So you want a cat that it has the opposite qualities of you.
You know I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you. Look at this little guy. Look at these little cats.
Bro, what? It looks like he's like seen some shit.
Exactly.
I've seen some of these
Look
cats
at
before.
that. And then dwarf.
Looks like an owl.
legged. That's probably why I like them. Owls are my favorite animals.
Mine too.
Owls are your favorite animals?
Yeah, owls are my favorite animals.
No way.
I'm not even joking.
How have we not had this conversation?
I don't know.
My favorite movie of all time is Jack and the Cuckoo Clock Heart, which I'm sure none of you have ever fucking heard of, but it's the best movie in existence. I'm gonna make you watch it.
Oh, yeah, I've never seen it.
And then my second favorite movie is Guardians of Ga'Hoole. Have you seen that movie?
I have. It's kind of an ass movie, but it has owls.
What the fuck?
It's ass.
What the fuck?
It's ass.
What the fuck? Do not. What the fuck? Read.
It's ass.
No, it's not.
It kind of is.
Reed Robinson.
Yes.
It's not a bad movie. Take it back.
Where's my phone at, bro?
No, stop. Stop. No, for my sake, stop. Please.
For my sake.
Safe word. Safe word. Safe word.
Pumpkin.
Safe word. Yeah, Reed and I.
Explain that while I look this up.
Reed and I make really bad jokes to each other. Like really mean, like really fucking mean jokes. And so we've come up with this system of emotional safe words where if one of us makes a joke and the other one says pumpkin, that means whoa, you're in some vulnerable territory. And if we say pumpkin pie, that means shut the fuck up right now or I'm gonna cry. And so far we've only had to use it one time and it was right before recording this. So, 6.9 out of 10.
That's not bad.
69.
Zack Snyder directed that? What? The same guy that directed Batman v Superman, Man of Steel, and Justice League? Excuse me?
That's why it's an amazing movie.
I never knew that. Zack Snyder's a terrible director. But
it's a good movie. Literally stop or we're going to watch it right now on recording.
I want to see how much, it got 53 out of Metacritic. But I want to see how much, like, it took to make that movie and how much it actually earned.
It's a good movie.
It took $80 million to make it. In opening weekend, it made $16 million.
It's a good movie.
You know what? It's a really good movie, guys.
Read. It's a good movie. The animation is so
They wanted to make a sequel, so why didn't they?
They wanted to make a sequel?
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't?
Yeah.
No. I could have gone my whole life not knowing that.
They couldn't. They didn't even make double of what they earned.
Stop. It's a good movie.
You know what? I'll let you believe it's a good movie.
Look up
White lies are okay. Look up what?
Look up Jack and the Cuckoo Clock Heart reviews on that app that you just used. What app are you using?
IMDb, the International Movie Database app. What's it called?
Jack and the Cuckoo Clock Heart. I don't know how to spell it either. Nope, it starts with a C. I think it's Cuccoo.
Like cuck?
Yeah, that movie. That's my favorite movie.
I got 7, huh? I've never seen. I've seen like pictures of it. I've never seen it.
That's
though.
my favorite movie of all time, and I only show that movie to very important people in my life.
Aw, and you want to show it to me?
Eh.
So I hope you guys like this episode. We're gonna end it off there.
No, that's my favorite movie of all time. I need to read the book that it's based off of.
Oh, it's based off a book?
Yes, it's based off of a book called Boy in the Cuckoo Clock Cart.
Oh my god, it made terrible.
Stop it. No, I'm not gonna listen to you. Stop.
It made...
Stop.
It took... Hold on. The budget was about $33.7 million. And it made $3.4 million. Dude, they lost so much money. They lost like $30 million.
Well, they gained a loyal following.
It's probably like a cult classic is what it is.
Yeah, no, it's not. Nobody has ever heard of this movie. I've only met one person in my life that had heard of that movie, and it was my film instructor at school. And he was like, "How do you know that movie?" I was like, "I'm a nerd." And he was like, "I don't even like that movie." And I was like, "Oh my god!" I think about that every day.
I have to watch it. It looks like the animation's in his ass, but...
They asked me what my favorite movie was for the yearbook, and I said that, and they're like, "Can you pick another one?"
Really?
Yeah. It wasn't.
We need to be a little bit more relatable to the public.
I think it was put in the yearbook, but they put it like on like a random page because they're like, "This is fucking weird."
You know what my yearbook quote was?
What was your yearbook?
Okay, so I'm not as now that spoilers, Iron Man is fucking dead. Now that he's dead, I'm not so much of a bigger fan anymore just because there's no future for him right now and his story arc is done. But I loved the hell out of Iron Man. Like crazy. Like before I moved into this new house, my old room was just Iron Man themed. Like so many Iron Man pictures and everything. I had an Iron Man piggy bank, and like one of like the best presents I ever got for my birthday was like this Iron Man helmet that you could put on and you press it and it would go.
I wanted one of those so bad when I was little.
I loved it, dude. I had, and Jarvis was like, "Ready to engage, sir," and I was like, "Yes."
That's so cool.
It was really cool, and I'd like get in fights with my little sister about it. I'll go over my little sister in another episode, but anyway, for my yearbook quote, everyone knew I loved Iron Man. Everyone. So, like the fanatic that I am, I used the quote from the last Iron Man movie. The last line of the last Iron Man movie.
What was it?
It was, I can't remember what I said. It said like you can take away like my
Yeah.
tricks.
Good job.
Okay, thank you. It was like you can take away my suits, you can take away my tricks and toys, but I changed it like you can take away my friends, or you can take away this, and this. And I was like, one thing you can't take away, I am Iron Man. And dude, I put it on there, and everyone loved it.
You know what my senior quote is?
What?
Okay, this is kind of a story because I hate Ernest Hemingway. This is building up to the story. I hate Ernest Hemingway. I think he writes like a drunk, sad old man, which he was. I don't like Ernest Hemingway. His writing style is just not something I'm into. The plot lines to his stories are just so, yeah, that happened. That probably happened a couple times because this is such a generic oatmeal brand ass story.
Wow.
Don't like Ernest Hemingway.
And then you like Owls of Grohl.
Shut up! I love that movie. But
I will fly really far away.
I hate Ernest Hemingway. But as I was like researching for what I wanted my senior quote to be, I found this quote called, it says, "We are all broken, that's how the light gets in." And I went hours and hours trying to find out who said that. And this motherfucker, the motherfucker who said this such insightful shit was Ernest goddamn Hemingway, the man who writes like a toddler.
Hemingway was kind of problematic too.
Yeah. 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 Oh, but he owned one of the rarest cats in the world, thumbed cats.
What?
He owned one, and if you go to the like island that he lived on, or like the part of the state that he lived on or whatever, there's like so many cats that have thumbs because his cat was bred like so many times after he passed away. Yeah.
That's dope.
It's cute.
It's a little cute. We don't support you,
I love cats.
but cute cat.
I've always wanted a pit bull. Why?
Listen, I'm not against pit bulls because of like the stereotype where like pit bulls are mean dogs by nature. No, they're not. I don't like pit bulls because they're ugly as fuck.
Pit bulls are gorgeous. Also, yeah, I hate the stigma against pit bulls, but like naturally they're not aggressive. That's like their owner's fault. In fact, studies have shown that dachshunds and chihuahuas are like far more aggressive. It's just because pit bulls actually have the strength to take out that aggression that they're hated on. If you had to have a cat, what kind of cat would you have?
I don't know. I don't know the breeds very much.
I know there's like Sphinx cats and there's Savannah cats, but like, and I know like different colored cats have different names depending on like the color of the fur, but are those different furs, different breeds? Because like I know they're all domestic. Savannah cats are kind of domestic.
I got no clue. Like you could be totally right, and I wouldn't know.
I was about to make a joke about cat girls, and then then you're like, yeah, he's dead.
But
A button just fell off my shirt.
no way. You guys ever watch Coraline? It's getting crazy close.
I guess time to get naked. Should I change?
You know? Do you want to change?
Where'd the string on it go?
Oh, I took the.
String! I don't even remember where I bought this. All of my cats are inside cats.
Aw.
I don't know. I don't want like my animals outside. Like if I had a dog, I'd want him to be like comfortable going outside, and I'm like have a little fenced-in yard and stuff.
Fenced-in yard.
Fenced-in yard, but he won't get anywhere near my fucking car. One of my friend's dogs actually recently just got run over, and he was my favorite. She had two, and Brutus and Bruiser. And Bruiser was my favorite, and he got run over, and
Now who has the bruises?
they also got a rebound cat. Dog, fuck.
Look at you. You don't even.
They also got a rebound dog. His name, they didn't have a name for him for like 2 weeks, so I gave him the name Toast.
Aww.
But then they named him Riggs, so I've just continued to call him Toast.
Well, I'm glad you're sticking to that. You're holding your ground.
Yeah, his name is Toast.
Plant yourself like a tree and say no.
Yeah.
I'm naming this dog Toast.
This is my dog now.
Yeah. No, I don't know him a lot about cats. Cat girls, on the other hand.
Do you think that in the future we'll be able to have sex with robots?
I sincerely hope so. Some people already are. But I sincerely hope so though. Because not for like the purposes that you're thinking. I'm thinking like if we can like somehow make an android
Oh my god.
that could be like we could like connect so fucking well with and actually have good sex with. That's obviously a human accomplishment.
Is that morally correct? Can robots give consent?
Dude, we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
My computer science teacher is.
I thought you were gonna be like, my computer didn't get consent.
my computer science teacher had sex with robots. No, my computer science teacher, and I love the man. This is not me like making fun of him. I think it's interesting to look at this point of view. He's dead set on the fact that robots should be able to vote. And his idea behind this is that while robots, yeah, they can't have human emotions like organically, they are given the code to mimic such emotions to the point where like they in their mind they like, well, in their motherboard they know that it's not like them thinking, but they still have to process that emotion. So imagine going your whole life like having the same emotions as someone else and being able to feel the same thing as someone else, and then they're like, you can't vote. Like being a woman in the 1800s. Like, laugh at my joke. Laugh at my joke. Laugh at my joke.
I think that's so different.
I do too, but that's like, I think I want to put other points of view on the table.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So like,
Also, your joke wasn't funny. Like women in the 1800s. Like what? It was. I don't know. It would definitely be something.
I think it's so interesting to know how like robots process them. Did you hear about those 2 Google bots that had to be turned off because they made up a secret language to talk to each other that the people couldn't figure out?
I really do think I heard about it in passing, but I don't know.
So I don't know deep into it. I just was like, they turned each other off. They turned it off because they were talking to each, and like they still don't know what they were talking about.
I think I have seen it actually.
But why would they need to talk in code? It's bonkers. Absolutely bonkers.
That's. I mean, like you think about that. That's like actually like really scary to think about.
So do you want to have sex with robots?
Kind of.
Beep boop beep 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 beep. Translation harder. They make VR sets so you can have sex with a robot. Like, so
I can't believe that.
So you get the VR set and then you get like
How do you know this?
you get like a fleshlight
Don't answer me.
or like a sex doll or whatever, and like you can like straight up have sex with them through VR. That would creep me out.
It would too. It would creep me out too. Up until the point they were like, download this new Miku pack. And I was like, okay.
Miku Binder? Miku Binder Thomas Jefferson? Miku Binder Thomas Jefferson?
Dang, dude.
I want to see a Miku Binder us. We would look the same, probably.
Have you ever heard of a game called Detroit Become Human?
Yes. I watched a couple episodes of a playthrough.
I played it myself. That was like one of the few games where like I watched someone play it for like 15 minutes, and I was like, I shut the video off because I knew I needed to play it myself.
Aw. Nerd.
Wow, thanks. So it's like, it's so choice based, and it's not like Life is not to diss Life is Strange that we just talked about it like 2 episodes ago, but like Life is Strange and like the Telltale games, like Walking Dead and stuff. Usually there's not really much a place where the story can really go based on your choices. Like you can change everything that happens in the middle, but always it ends the same. So like episode to episode, it ends the same, or it ends of 1 or 2 different ways. Especially at the end, it ends 1 or 2 different ways. With Detroit, there's like 6 endings at the end, and then like each chapter has its own like 2 or 3 or 4 endings, just like how you do it. And the best part about Detroit, and I love it for this, I fucking love it for this, is the fact that the androids that you're controlling, they do get into dangerous situations. One of them's even a detective, but they get into dangerous situations, and if they die in the story, it changes the whole story, and you can't resurrect them.
I like the TikTok audio that's going around right now that goes, Connor, fuck you doing? Coming, Lieutenant.
Coming, Lieutenant.
Coming, Lieutenant.
Yeah, they were in a robot strip club.
Was he
Was he coming, Lieutenant? No. So what?
Oh my God. Robot sex. Full circle.
Yeah.
Robot sex. Oh no.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh no.
Yeah, so that was like a crazy like point as well in the game.
Oh no.
So, a big point of the game of the detective, his name's Connor, and he is handsome as hell. And I want to learn like the tricks that he does with the coin, because like he has this coin, he just like flips it around from like hand to hand. It looks so fucking cool. But anyway, he's a detective, and him and his partner, who's a human and also the voice of Mr. Krabs,
and sexy as fuck. That old man.
His name is Clancy Brown.
Clancy.
Him and his partner, they've been investigating. The only reason Connor's been signed up to the case is because they've been investigating deviant crimes. And deviants are androids that have gone bad or don't listen to their masters, aka gaining emotions.
AKA brats.
They are gaining emotions, and one of the cases was a case of a guy who was stabbed to death by a stripper bot. And apparently you find out the guy that was stabbed to death was a client, and it's because the girl just didn't want to have sex with him. And then you find out she'd been harassed a ton in the workplace anyway because she was in love with another android girl.
Oh, lesbians.
Yeah, lesbian androids. And
oh, that's so cool.
yeah, and so like even Clancy is like, fucking androids, dude, like what the fuck. But you know deep down he loves them because
robot
like,
sex with a girl.
So like they run away, and like Connor lets them get away, or at least if you're a good person, you let them get away. You don't fucking shoot them. You let them get away, and Connor's like, I'm sorry, Lieutenant. I let them get away. And he's like, no, they just wanted love. They just wanted to be together. And I'm like, geez, he's learning.
Robot sex.
I'm really glad that's all you took from that.
No, I am listening. That is cute. I'm hoping that you didn't choose to shoot them.
I didn't. But that whole like voice line though of Connor like saying "Coming, Lieutenant" is because the way you found out where the murderers went was you like hacked into different androids, which is another like invasion of privacy. For androids. You hack into other androids like brain and you like look through their security through their eyes. And Connor was thinking about doing that, and the lieutenant just thought he was like gazing at androids.
I wouldn't want to like. I wouldn't want to see into the eyes, like memories of night workers.
Yeah.
I just,
Yeah. And that's like another thing is like whenever apparently it's painful for the androids in the game. So like what you try to do as Connor is you try to interrogate them like the actual way. Like you try to get them to tell you. But you can just straight up hook into them and get their memories instead of a confession. But it stresses them the fuck out, and they'll sometimes kill themselves because of it.
oh shit.
And sometimes they can kill other people around them because of it. Like it stresses them out like to a crazy level for doing that.
Real robot detectives would be very interesting to do. Because
They'd be so like indifferent.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of criminal analysis videos. Like, there's 2 YouTube channels that I've been watching, Wendigoon and JCS.
I fucking love JCS.
JCS?
Criminal psychology.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love JCS so much. I watch their videos like over and over and over again. Wendigoon I've only watched a little bit of.
Yeah, I sent you a couple episodes. But they're both really great. You guys should go look at Wendigoon and JCS. But Wendigoon is like amazing, and he doesn't have 1 million followers yet. He's really great to listen
He is
to.
really great. And JCS's videos, whenever he doesn't upload very regularly, but when he does, it is unbelievably high quality.
Yeah, it's like I'm watching a TV show, and they're like an hour long, but like he does hyper analysis videos of confession tapes and stuff, and it's so fascinating to see why and how a person killed another person.
It is.
Like, have you heard of Casey Anthony?
Yes. Yes. A lot of people have. I remember asking like my mom one time because my mom likes to hear about it after I like watch that, and I've even gotten my sister and my mom hooked into JCS.
Yay.
And I'm like, do you know who Casey Anthony is? She's like, of course. And I'm like, oh my god, was this case that public? And I'm like,
apparently, yeah, it was fucking everywhere. I took a whole lot of fucking notes on it.
But I liked how JCS did it because a lot of his videos is there's a few that are off from this formula, but a lot of them is criminals who got caught and how they were able to get the confession out of them. But Casey Anthony's was they had the proof, they had everything really, but it's just circumstantial why she got off.
For those of you who don't know,
Let's catch you up.
Casey Anthony's mother called the police saying that her granddaughter Kaylee had been missing for a month. So the operator asked to put Casey on the phone, and when Casey got on the phone, she sounded very aggravated and whatnot, and the operator asked why Casey never called the police before or sooner, and Casey was like, someone I knew kidnapped her, so I can handle it by myself. That's basically what she said.
Yeah. She said it was like her nanny or something, right?
Yeah. And I know the names are hard to keep track of. You got Casey and Kaylee, but Casey's the mom, and I'm going to call her mom, or the mom, and Kaylee is the kid, and I'm going to call her the daughter for the most part. So even though the mom was reluctant, she came into investigation, and she said that she gave her daughter to her nanny.
Like the babysitter, yeah.
Yeah, Zenaida Fernandez Gonzalez.
Yeah.
That was the name that she gave, like, off the spot. She gave them an address, a physical description, and a date for how long that they had known each other. And she said that she had known Zenaida for almost 4 years, and that they had met through an old coworker named Jeffrey Hopkins, because he had a son that Zenaida took care of.
Damn, she knew how to lie.
Yes, she did. And she starts talking about how she knew Jeff and his son, saying really specific details about where he had moved in the past year, like all over the coast, and how they were friends at work at Nickelodeon Studios.
I thought it was Universal.
Well, I think she said that she worked at Nick, and then she said at Universal. She said that she hadn't worked there he said that he hadn't worked there in about 9 months. But when they went to Zenaida's alleged address, it was for sale and no one had lived there for the past year. When they pulled Jeffrey Hopkins onto the stand for trial, he said that he hadn't worked at Nickelodeon for years and he was never employed there at the same time as the mom was. Jeff didn't even have a son, and he claimed that he wasn't a friend of Casey, saying that they, like, first of all, they never worked together and they never had a conversation together. Mm-hmm. And he hadn't moved for, like, several years since he started working at Nick.
So, already, this is why this case pissed me off a lot. Because JCS is, like, kind of ingrained in my mind these red flags. Where, like, if you have to, like, the police interrogator will let you tell your story so that if you are lying, it can, like, fall the fuck apart.
I feel like now that I've watched his videos, I could get away with the crime. So
No.
dead ass.
That's why you don't have any other friends. I'm not next, am I? Anyway, so, like, just to see her story fall apart like that, like, over and over and over and over again, it just should have been way more easier to convict her, but keep going.
So the mom makes up this huge elaborate story about her daughter and all the people in her life, but it turns out to literally everything she said to just be lies. It's impressive, actually, how she'd fooled police for so long.
Yeah.
This woman named Zenaida never fucking existed.
Yeah.
Never existed.
Oh,
and
man.
she, like, oh my God, it's crazy. But it turns out she had killed her daughter a long time before the grandmother called police. Casey stuffed Kaylee into the trunk of her car before taking it to an impound lot, and I don't remember if she starved in the car or if she was killed before being put into the trunk, but the daughter's body was found by her grandfather during the investigation, and he confronted the mother about it, and she literally just gave him a silence treatment. She killed her daughter because she didn't like being a mother and missed the party life. That's almost like she almost admitted to it. And she was on trial for a lot of things: first-degree murder, 2 cases of child endangerment, and aggravated manslaughter of a child. But her lawyer was fucking amazing.
He was off his loon amazing, dude.
And, like, if I kill Reid and I go to trial for
Why
it,
you always use me as an example?
give me this man.
No,
give me this lawyer.
Why would you always use me as an example? You
So
wanna show me that
so anyway, she gets off scot-free, like not even nothing, like not even with a patrol officer or nothing. Like, it's crazy that someone like that is just walking around free in the world. Like, there's so much fucking creepy stuff in the world.
You know, she tried to be a lawyer.
Yeah.
Tried to work for a law firm.
Yeah.
Like right after.
And it's impressive how fast she would just lie. Like, it's crazy. Like, she just made up an address.
So the thing is, legally, she is not guilty, quote unquote. Everyone knows she's guilty. Like, people up and down know she's guilty.
Her parents think that she's guilty. They sat on the offending side of the trial. Like,
yeah. So, like, if you ever hear, like, the name Casey Anthony, 99% of the time, it's them making fun of how crazy she is.
because she's fucking insane. I hate this woman.
She is insane.
Like, that little girl, I don't remember how old she was. Like, 6?
Something like that.
She killed that little girl, put her in the trunk of her car, took her car to an impound lot.
I'm pretty sure. Sorry, I interrupted you.
I don't remember what.
I was like, I'm pretty sure that they found the kid's body, like, after the trial.
I thought they found it during.
I thought they found it after. But since, you know.
We can watch the JCS video.
Yeah. One of the other ones that I really liked from JCS, and that I keep going back to and keep watching, because I think it's fucking nuts. It reminds me of my sister. Is the one where, I don't know their names. I don't.
That's fine. Describe it to me. I've probably seen it.
It's the one where this guy, like, falls in love with this model in Florida, and then they move back, and she, like, plans a hit on him.
Oh.
And the police stage it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God, I
love
saw
that
that one.
so much.
Oh.
Okay, so this guy was, like, married to this woman for, like, a super duper long time, and then, like, he just went down to Florida for a business trip. And they were having rough patches in their marriage, so they were, like, taking a break. And when he got down there, he met this girl, admittedly, that he cheated on his wife with. She was a prostitute or a stripper at the time, something like that.
I don't remember.
But it wasn't like it was like, I think it was like days or weeks after he divorced his wife and immediately started dating this girl. It wasn't long after before they got married. And like it seemed like it was like the happiest relationship fucking ever. Like match made in heaven. Like even if you put the cheating aside, like they were like crazy, like in love.
Like I didn't know how the video was gonna go because I was like, oh, a happy couple.
Yeah. And then we start finding out that the girl kind of lost feelings a while ago, and she's been trying to get him out of her life for a while. So he does have like a past of I guess not drug dealings, but like drug possessions.
No, he dealt drugs.
Oh, he did?
He dealt drugs, yeah.
Oh, okay. So maybe, yeah, so he had a past with drugs. He doesn't anymore. He did do time. He went to jail for it. He got out, and he's been clean ever since. But on 3 separate occasions, she planted drugs in the house and then 2 times in the car.
While they were on vacation.
While they were on vacation together, yeah.
But he didn't know that.
No.
He suspected it, but he was like, why are there fucking drugs in my house?
In fact, she did it so fucking well the 3rd time that the police, if it wasn't for the guy begging on his knees for the police to believe him, they would have just believed her. And they said that the only thing that the police like stated later that like the only reason why they believed him was because of like just how like unaffected the wife looked.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So anyway.
But he was clean. It wasn't his. And he already tried to go off on her, and he said that when he did try to confront her about it, she was driving, and she stepped on the pedal. And they were like going like upwards of so many miles an hour, and she was like, why are you accusing me and stuff like that? And so like he calmed down about it, but he did try to bring it up later. And when he did, she lied and said she was pregnant. And so like all of that pain like went away. He was just happy to be a dad. So
Yeah.
Obviously that was a fucking lie. And it wasn't too long later that she just wanted the guy dead. So clearly the jail thing wasn't working. So what she did was she texted. Well, actually, first she made. She called one of her exes, and she was like, "Hey, I'll sleep with you if you do this one favor for me." And so her ex posed as a lawyer who got in contact with her husband and said, "Hey, the best way for like you to get off parole for this drug stuff is if you sign your house over to your wife and under your wife's name." That was just a plan.
Yeah.
Clearly. She ghosted the fuck out of that ex after he did that. And then she called another ex. And she was like,
I'll sleep with you.
I'll sleep with you if you do this one favor. And she was like, I know you like all the stuff that you've been like dealing with, because he does have like a hand in like some criminal stuff. And she was like, I need you to get like a hitman for me. And so he was like, dope, I can totally do that, babe. Hang up the phone and went to the police station. And he
Pussy was not bomb enough.
No, he ran it the fuck out of her. And the police were like, okay, we need to make sure, like we have these messages, but we need to make sure that there's intent. So they did a little stakeout, and they hired a detective to play the role as a hitman. So he parked in some like sketchy parking lot, and they had a camera in the back seat. And so she met up, and she talked like it was the most normal thing ever, wanting to kill her fucking husband. She talked about prices. She talked about when it was going to go down.
Like she was planning dinner with this guy.
Where should I be when it happens? I'm like, oh my god. And the thing that like the big thing that the prosecution got her for was because she was like, I'm 100,000% that I want this to happen. And
during her interview, he was like, she was like, I didn't do this. I didn't know anything about this, I swear. And he goes, it goes silent for a beat. And he goes, are you 1,006% sure? And she just goes, yeah.
So, that should be enough. But the news were there. This is where it gets a little stupid. The news were there. And they were, like, hearing about it somehow. Because apparently, like, it got out. And the police didn't want it, like, getting public yet. So the news were like, what if we, like, stage it? What if we, like, you know, go tell the husband, you know, get him out of the house and stage a crime scene and make her come home to thinking that, yeah, it worked. Everything went out like you think it was going to be. Your husband was killed. So she came home. The police were there. Their sirens, the ambulances, and everything. The door was open. The dogs were like tied up on leashes and everything. There was like police that were like blocking the doors because they didn't want him. They didn't want her to see his body and stuff like that. And my God, is she an actress? Because bro, she walked onto that scene and she like broke down, like she almost fell, like crying and stuff. I applaud the policeman for not laughing in her face, bro. He was just like the nicest policeman ever. He's like, it's all right. I need you to go to the police station. I need you to come with me to the police station so we can debrief you. We just got to. And she's like, okay, I want to see him. He's like, no, you trust me, you don't. So she got to the police station and they kept playing the act up for like 5 minutes. And then until the lead investigator, he was sitting down there and he was like, okay, look, the act's up. We know you did it. We have video proof you did it. You see this guy over here? That's our detective. Remember him? He was in the car that you sat in.
I thought they brought the husband in first. And she was like, is that my fucking husband? Like, he was still alive and stuff.
No.
I swear they did that.
They did that after they revealed that she was lying. Because he was like, your husband's alive. He's not dead. And she's like, really? Trying to play the act still. And but before they brought in the detective, they brought him in, and the detective was still playing the act. He's like, do you know this guy? We caught him like running like down the street or whatever with a gun in his hand, yada yada yada. She's like, no, I don't know him. And then eventually the detective came back out like out of cuffs and everything. He was like, yeah, I caught you. And the husband did walk across the door though, and she saw him for a second, and she was like, I want to see him, let's see him. But she was like super dead on, and she still is super dead on that she never did it. So much so, in fact, that like they literally like show her the videos like in her face, like on an iPad, and she's like, "That's not me. Couldn't have been."
In fact, after like I don't remember if she was charged or not. Was she charged? Do you remember?
Yep, she was charged, but it was thrown away on technicality.
Okay,
and then she was charged again and got jail time.
Okay, and she tried to make it this internet phenomenon where she was like, yeah, I went to that hit guy, but my husband was in on it. Like, my husband has wanted to be famous forever, and we thought this would be a quick way to get famous. So I went to that hit guy, and we started up this whole news thing, this whole trial, and he's denying it because he doesn't want to look crazy, but that's what you wanted, babe. And she...
And I gotta applaud this husband, man, for just being so straight to the fact. Like, one of like the most memorable parts of watching that JCS video was watching the husband up on the stand. Because he was talking, because like even at the end, like the reason she got so much time in the end was because she still just didn't want to admit that she did it. And he was talking about, like maybe if you like own up to it, like it would be better. Like maybe if you owned up to it, I wouldn't want you to sign the house over and stuff like that. She gaslighted the fuck out of him. But anyway, he was like...
Gaslight? Babe? That's a pretty big word. Do you know what that means? Did you hear that from TikTok?
My friends know that word, and like me and my friends don't think you know what it means.
Yeah, you shouldn't trust what everybody tells you, babe.
PTSD. But... but anyway, he was like... Because I went to jail. He's like, you know how I got through it? He's like, I stood up for what I did. He's like, I did it, and I admitted that I did it, and I did the time. And I'm like, wow. That's so good of him to say that, I'm so glad he's doing better now.
It's so scary that people like that
just exist.
Are out in the world.
I didn't realize like how many like stupid fucking people there are, dude.
Like I know they're not real, but like some of the creepypastas I hear about like people murdering other people. Like, oh god, what's that one where the guy, he doesn't have eyeballs or eyelids and his eyes are just always open?
Like Something the Killer.
Jeff the Killer.
Jeff the Killer.
I remember hearing that when I was little.
Have you seen like the picture?
I saw the picture.
The picture scared me.
But I got like really into it. Like I was really into Jeff the Killer, and I was like looking stuff up online, like short stories about him. And my mom got my phone one day when I was like really little, and she was like, "Who's this Jeff the Killer guy? Have you been talking to an old man on the internet?" I'm like, "No,
just a murderer."
No, it's just a story. And she's like, "What kind of story is it?" I was like, "It's a it's a story about it's a story about this little kid who hates the dark, so he cuts off his eyelids, and then because he can't sleep, he goes insane and kills his parents. And she's like, "What the fuck?" It's just like, you cannot watch this anymore. You cannot read this shit anymore. So I started reading more of it.
That's usually how it goes.
Yeah.
When parents don't tell you to do something, you usually do more of it.
Slendy Man.
Slender Man.
I know all the basic ones. Like
I was never scared of Slender Man.
Me neither. The SCPs I don't know a lot about. Those are like the modern creepy.
I love SCPs. I wish I knew more. Like I
know there's one made out of concrete that when you blink it moves closer to you.
Yep, that's like the most famous one.
Yeah.
So like, and if you ever need to like clean its like habitat or something, or like get more food into its enclosure, like you have to have 3 people in there, and everyone calls out when they're about to blink. I think it's so fucking cool. I think one of my favorite ones. There's so many that are cool. There's like some that are like just like tiny baby dragons, so like the last dragons ever.
Oh.
You just like fly around and flip. Like some of them are really cute.
I want those. And
some of the SCPs are just like objects. Like one of them was like, I'm pretty sure like sunglasses or like a mask. I can't remember.
It's a mask.
Yeah. You put on the mask and you like go into a different dimension.
And you kill people.
Yeah. You kill people or get killed.
There's this one that's like a crocodile in a box where they've been trying to remove him from the box forever, and he like when he gets out of the box he goes fucking insane and kills absolutely everyone. So they're like, we just got to keep you in the box. I'm sorry. We tried to help you, but you like that box way too much.
I think one of my favorite ones, I can't remember his name, dude. He had like such a like regular name. It was like John Doe or something. But
oh, I know which one you're talking about. I don't know the name, but I know the story.
Like invulnerable and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god, I love that. But he don't know why. He doesn't know where he came from and stuff like that. It's just crazy.
He's just a guy that's like had amnesia. How'd they find him? Where'd they find him? I forgot.
I don't know. But he's also someone who just like unconsciously has the ability to like time travel, and not only time travel, but time travel through dimensions.
I didn't know that part. I just didn't know. I just thought he didn't know who he was.
Yeah, so like the story that goes is like whenever he was first brought in, he was being interviewed by one of the SCP officers, and he remembers that whenever he gave an answer, the SCP officer would like ask a question that he wouldn't know what the fuck he's talking about. It's like, why would you ever ask that? Like almost as if the officer was asking a question that was like following up on the question that he just asked, or following up on the answer that he just said. But like sometimes he would just say something like really like stupid just to like try to catch the officer off guard, and the officer would just be like, "Oh, well, what do you think about like this guy that you just told me about?" And he's like, "I didn't say anything about a fucking sky." And then you realize he just like was sitting there in the future. And so like it wasn't until like he was actually like wandering around the facility and he sees like this new SCP being brought in, and for some reason like he wasn't enclosed, like no one was paying attention to him, and you see like the SCP is him, and so he's being sat down and he's being asked questions and he gives the answers that he was being confused about. And he's like sitting there and he's like trying to wave at the officer, but the officer doesn't see him and stuff like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I think it's so interesting how the SCP universe works, because it's a bunch of independent storytellers coming together to make this one institution.
Yeah. It's like the biggest community lore project like ever, and I love it.
Some of them are ass.
Some of them are ass, but some of them are just crazy.
Like, I could go right now and write an SCP story and submit it, and it would just be ass.
Yeah. People do it all the time, and it's just crazy.
We should write one together.
What do you want? What would it be about?
SCP-420.
SCP-69.
SCP-69-420.
There's one for both of those.
Yeah.
What would our SCP be about? Like, if you had to create an SCP.
Ooh.
That's a good question.
Oh my god, I'd have to think. An SCP who's like just a MILF with big mommy milkers.
Oh my god.
That lactates Diet Pepsi. Okay.
Lactates Diet Pepsi.
Okay, if I had to make an SCP, I don't know, because like I'd want it to be like creatively like shut the fuck up. I want it to be
like creative, but like creatively
set on a I want it to be on a strong foundation of creativity. I don't want it to be like, oh, this guy has sharp teeth. I want it to be I even think that the mask one is a little tiny bit basic because it reminds me of the movie The Mask.
Yeah.
It looks like that too. It's made out of green wood, and I'm like, damn. You watched a movie and wrote about it.
No, watch us like make up one, and everyone's like, "Yeah, there's already one that got."
It's sad.
There's just so many.
SCP.
I'm trying to think too. Like, what would I make one?
It's hard to have original ideas.
It is, especially when it comes to you.
If I beat you up, okay, listen, hear me out. If I beat you up,
what?
Yeah.
I said the SCP.
I'm an SCP that just beats the fuck out of Reid all the time.
You know what? I'm gonna segue into this like probably in the next episode because we are getting a little bit high on time. But, you know what? My SCP would be
what?
My SCP would be like, this is basic, but I love the idea of this.
Oh no.
I love this idea, and I love when like stories do this. My SCP would be like a crazy old like ancient book, like one of the first books like ever written in human history.
Okay, keep going.
And if you ever read the text, you went crazy. Like it would like make you go insane trying to read it. But you can try to force yourself to read the whole thing, but no one's ever read the whole thing. No one's like gotten like halfway through maybe.
It'd be cool if it was like one of the oldest books written in human history. But it talked about things that still haven't existed yet.
Yeah. So like that's what I was thinking. Like the book is like opening like up like different information about how the universe was actually created, or like the secrets of it and stuff like that. And like it's just so out of what the human brain can comprehend that you go insane.
It's like Yahweh and Thor and, well, Buddha's not really a god, but let's throw him in there. Like, wrote a fan fiction novel. This is how the world was actually created. You guys all got it wrong. We're all homies. I don't see why you're killing each other.
You know what? We got another SCP that I would really like. That also, because I just like anything that make someone go insane for something simple.
Because you're insane.
Yeah. So I'm gonna talk about Destiny 2 again. So look.
Oh my god.
No. This is so interesting. This is really interesting.
Okay, I trust you.
So there's an enemy type in the Destiny 2 universe called the Vex. They are robots. And I talked about that before, I think, on the podcast. So when people were first finding out about the Vex, it was like a team of scientists. And we figured out that the Vex can predict the future. And the reason they haven't won is because they can't predict the light or the dark. Like our powers, they just can't predict it. And so everything else they can predict perfectly. So they stole a Vex mind somehow and kept it alive without killing them. And so they looked inside it. And when these, like, I can't remember how many, but it was like 6 scientists. When these 6 scientists looked inside it, they saw themselves looking inside the mind, who were looking at themselves, looking inside another, and it drove them insane. And I think that's so fucking cool.
That is cool.
Because, like, it just means that the Vex knew they were going to steal it, and that they would see themselves, seeing themselves.
Garnet from Steven Universe. She's hot.
Where did that come from?
Because she can see the future.
I don't watch Steven Universe. It's only because I've been, like, waiting to, like, binge it. I know it's good. I do. I've been waiting to, like, binge it.
Skip the Frybo episode. It's creepy. What? It's a creepy episode.
Okay.
Okay. And it doesn't really have any, like...
There's a lot of filler.
Yeah.
I get you.
I actually, if you, I wanted to rewatch Adventure Time. I rewatched it with one of my exes, and, I need a minute. Well, I rewatched it with, her, and we didn't want to watch all of the filler episodes. So there's websites that you can go on and look up, like, the important episodes from shows like that. Mm-hmm. I can send you the Adventure Time one. I think I still have it.
Do it.
Because it like takes out like a third of the episodes. Because some of them you'll watch a whole episode just for like a tiny little information about like Finn or Marceline, and they throw that in there anyway because it's still important. But those ones that sits like absolutely nothing, they take them out.
Do you remember the deer one?
Yes.
That one was creepy as fuck.
That was creepy as shit.
I remember that I was watching Adventure Time like a bunch as a kid, and like sometimes I would go over to my grandma's house. Not my grandma who's dead, but my other grandma from the other side of my family. I'll go over to her house And just because they would babysit us every now and then, especially in the summer, so my mom and dad could like get their alone time. And I never watched Adventure Time over there. And I think it's mostly just because they had like a bunch of stuff in their backyard, so I was just like all outside a bunch. And then like one day I was like, "Hey, Adventure Time's on. I'll watch it." And I guess I didn't understand like how much they didn't like cartoons that swayed off like the path. It just happened to be the deer episode.
Oh my god.
And so like I remember like so fucking vividly what made her be like, "Okay, turn it off now." was Finn was looking at the deer, and I dropped the button too. Finn was looking at the deer, and like the deer like I guess like stuck his head like under his leg and like licked his crotch for like a second.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Okay, turn it off, turn it off, turn it off." I'm like, "Grandma, it's a deer."
It doesn't have anything, Grandma.
It's a cartoon.
It's a cartoon.
Do you see that orange dog? Look, he's like putty.
Do you see these people that are literally made out of candy?
You know who creeped me out? Who was that old lady, the elephant?
The one that made apple pies?
She was really sweet, but she creeped me out some.
She creeped me out a little bit. You know who creeped me the fuck out?
Who?
Peppermint Butler. Peppermint Butler. Peppermint Butler. Peppermint Butler, that guy.
He creeped me out a little too.
He be like.
What's the purple one's name? The purple blob. The purple floating blob.
Oh, Princess. Oh my god, Princess.
Yeah.
Princess. Lumpy Space Princess.
Lumpy
LSP.
Space Princess. She
Oh my
was
God.
my least favorite character.
Yeah. People.
She was so annoying.
Growing up, people told me that I reminded them of her, and I don't like. If I killed myself and I had to write a letter, it would be that. that was my 13th reason. Oh my god.
Dude.
Oh my god.
Now that I think about it, you do kind of.
Pumpkin. Pumpkin. Oh my god.
Dang, dude. What you didn't tell me what your SCP would be.
It would
dildo.
it would be this. Oh my god. And this might creep some people out, so trigger warning. It would be a sculpture of Reid's face.
And every time you looked at it, you gained wealth.
And a boner.
And plus 10 charisma.
My SCP would be a sex doll that asked you, "What are we?" Deep throat the mic.
I'm so glad we never went back to that ASMR that you did in the first episode.
Hey, what's up, you guys? That's my teeth.
It's actually
Take that out.
It's actually your penis. That's my teeth.
Take my penis out.
I keep listening to that podcast just for that moment. Yeah, you want to see it?
Hey, you want to see it?
It made that exact sound. I loved it.
If I had to have an SCP.
Come on. Be serious. Lacey, be serious.
I'm thinking!
Okay. Don't need to yell.
It would be my mom.
Alive.
No, you're fine. I didn't say our safe word. Oh god, I want to be like something out of the box, super duper creepy. It would be like a horse that would give you advice, and then you'd go do that advice, and it would be shitty, and you'd come back and be like, "Horse, that was bad advice." And he was like, "I told you, I didn't know."
He like leaves every bit of advice like, "Well, I don't know, but
yeah,
if I were you."
Yeah, like me. It would be a me, but a horse. My SCP would just be me. Like that.
That's already creepy, man. It's already real. It's one that you need to make up.
Oh no, if I had an SCP, it would be like an old lady that just has like terrible like memory problems, that after you talk to her for a little bit, she would just start saying like random shit that's like way too close to your current situation. Like, you need to break up with the girl you've already broken with.
She's like super wise.
Yeah, but like she doesn't know that. Like, she doesn't know who she is or what her name is or why she's here. But like after you start talking to her for a little bit, she'll be like.
And when you ask her for candy, she never runs out.
but she pulls it out of her vagina, and you're like, damn, that's the creepiest thing you've done.
Wow. We kept getting better and better with the concept, and then you're like, and then she pulls it out of her vagina.
Yeah, like, they don't know where she keeps getting this candy. It's not from her vagina, but she keeps giving you candy. Yeah. But if you leave the room that she's in and you check your pocket for the candy, it's not there anymore.
I thought, like, if you leave the room and, like, you just look on the security camera, she, like, grabs them from, like, another dimension or something.
Or if whenever you look at the security camera, like, she's not in there, but then you go back in there and she's there. Like, where the fuck is she going?
Or maybe, like, if you look on, unless you're looking at her, if you look on the camera, she looks like a creature. And it just poses itself as
or she looks like a young lady.
Oh.
Ooh.
She just poses herself as a grandmother.
Like
a siren.
I don't think it would be she's posing. I think it would be that she has the soul of a younger person, but her mind is acting like the older person. So she's still giving this great advice, but So
there's mind over matter.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's my SCP, an old lady that gives really great advice, but she has basically dementia. And then if she's looked at through any other mediums, you can see that she's still a young lady.
Okay, so we just need to make a fan fiction about my SCP and yours SCP, where the grandmother young lady reads the book.
Okay.
And see what happens.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys for watching. This has been Podheads number 4. You guys should subscribe on YouTube. You should follow us on Spotify, and definitely follow our Apple Podcast. It helps us out a lot. Leave us a 5-star rating. We might review it.
Or if you don't want to, that's okay. We don't want to.
Wednesday! New monster tracks. Have you seen that?
No, but we post on Wednesday.
Wednesday!
Hold
on, let me show you that. Before we go, I want to talk to you guys about my phone.
No. Before we started recording, I broke Reid's phone on accident, and I feel bad, and he won't let me forget about it.
I told you it's okay.
So thank you guys so much for watching. Fuck.
Thank you guys so much for watching. At least once every other day, you should wash your hair.
Thank you guys so for.
Thank you guys so for. Thank you to our sponsor, Sephora. Wednesday.
So thank you guys so much for watching. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Last
okay.
One. I'll put that in the bloopers at the end.
Okay.
Thank you, androids, for watching.
No. Connor, fuck are you doing? Coming, Lieutenant.
Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I think we're going to end the episode there. It's been a really nice one.
Yeah, we
stayed on topic.
Yeah, we stayed on topic. Good.
Which is very rare for us.
Naming these is a bitch.
Naming these is a bitch. Actually, I'm pretty sure this one's got to come after the Halloween one, won't it?
I don't know.
Yeah, this one's... Yeah, this one's coming.
Oh no, our wall!
Our very real brick wall.
Ripples.
This one's got to come after the Halloween episode, but we're recording it before because someone's costume didn't come in.
So...
Don't tell them what our costumes are, though.
So I write the majority of our scripts because he does most of the editing and stuff. And we were working on a script for like a week, and it's based off of our Halloween costumes. Like it can't exist without us bringing our Halloween costumes into it. And last night at 1:00 in the morning, he goes, "Hey, by the way,
I thought maybe
my Halloween costume hasn't come in yet."
Shody trifling as shit! This man is born from Dirty Dogs!
So we have a great Halloween episode to come to you guys.
We do.
When he gets his fucking costume in.
What's happening in November? I don't know.
Thanksgiving, if you have anything to give thanks for.
Yeah, okay. So the episode after this will be our quote-unquote Thanksgiving one.
I was about to say we should dress up as pilgrims, but I don't think that's the move. We can dress us up as turkeys.
You're already... Gobble, gobble, gobble. That's how she talks. Gobble, gobble, gobble.
I tried to do this outro so many times and I kept fucking it up.
You know why she looks like this? Is the turkey that survived every single fucking Thanksgiving.
Nah, I get eaten out.
Oh my god, talk about stuffing.
Anyways, thank you guys for watching. You can find us at YouTube,
Spotify, and Apple
Podcasts.
Podcasts. Hey.
Please subscribe. Please go listen.
Yeah, and leave us a review. I haven't been saying this. I'm meaning to say this. Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. We'll read a review.
Leave us comments for what you want us to talk about because
we'll read it. We'll read it.
yeah, we a couple of these topics have actually been fan submitted.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you guys have anything you want us to talk about, we probably will.
So we hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.